Start with the name of Allah, who is the most merciful and grateful. Welcome, dear students, the virtual learning system of Pakistan International School, TAIF. Dear students of class 6, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hope so you all are doing great with your studies. And we are going to start today chapter number 8 and part 1. In the last lecture, dear students, we had completed chapter number 5. So according to the scheme of studies, chapter number 6 and 7 are not included. So we are here on chapter number 8, and we are going to start the part 1 of chapter number 8. So dear students, you are supposed to open the book, and page number we are on 42. Page number 42. So we are going to start chapter number 8, and the name of chapter number 8 is In Praise of Famous Men. In praise of famous man. You can see over here the name In Praise of Famous Man. Dear students, the subtopic of this is the William Tell and the Apple. Actually, this is a story. As you know that in English A guided book, we always learn short stories. So this is all about the story. So we will learn the story today, and the name of the story is William Tell and the Apple. This is lecture number 12, dear students, class 6, and we have book guided English introductory book, page number 42, 43, and 44. Today we will learn 3 pages, and here's your teacher, Sarfaz Nadeem. So, dear students, as I told you that we have lesson number 8 today. So we will start lesson number 8. So you have to open your book and page number 42. So dear students, we have reading section over here. We are going to start to read the lesson, and in the last of this lesson, in the last we have given the difficult word, meaning of the difficult words. So in the last, as I told you, that the last after this lecture, we have few different words, the meaning of the difficult words. So you can check there. So we'll try to tell you over here during the reading as well. So dear students, we are going to start our lesson. Okay. And lesson number 8, in praise of famous man. In praise of famous man. Switzerland is a very beautiful country with high mountains and lovely lakes. With high mountains and lovely lakes. It is almost in the middle of Europe. It is next to Italy, France, Germany, and Austria. But no place in Switzerland is next to the sea. The people who live in Switzerland are called Swiss. Dear students, everyone who's living in the country, they are called with these countries, like people who are living in Pakistan, they are called Pakistani. The people who are living in Saudi Arabia, they are called Saudis. The people who are living in Switzerland, they are called Swiss. The Swiss are good farmers and good engineers. But they are good farmers and good engineers. You may have heard of Swiss chocolate and Swiss watches, because these two things are very famous, dear students of Switzerland, the chocolates and watches. This story is about a man who lived near Aldorf, a small town in the middle of Switzerland. Dear students, the Aldorf is a city, a kind of village, a small town in the middle of Switzerland. His name was William Tell, whose name was William Tell, that the man who lived near Aldorf. He was a farmer and had two sons, Walter and William. His farm was on the mountainside near Alto. Dear students, in this picture, you can see a kind of map of the village or the town. And actually, he was not living in the Aldorf, but near Aldorf. And the people kind called farmers, and they live in a village. So this in this picture, you can see the view of the village. Now here we have a subtopic: William Tell and the apple. William Tell and the apple. At this time, about 600 years ago, the Swiss people were not free. The Austrians had invaded Switzerland and they made cruel laws to keep down the Swiss. Dear students, this is talking about 600 years ago. The Austrians just came over there and they were starting to ruling over there, or they conquered forcibly the Switzerland and they made cruel laws to keep down the Swiss people. The Austrian leader in William Tell's part of the country was a man called Gessler. Now, dear students, where the William Tell was living, there was a person who was ruling over there. Our leader was the name of that person was Gessler. This is one of the things that Gessler did. He put up a wooden post in the marketplace of Aldorf. On the post, he hung a cape with a badge on it. The badge was Austrian. It was the badge of the King of Austria. Gessler gave orders that anybody who passed the post in Aldorf's marketplace must bow in front of the badge. This was to show that the Austrians were the masters of Switzerland. Now, dear students, this rule or kind of law was made by the Gessler, and he put a kind of badge of Austrian badge, or you can say the badge over there in the marketplace. And it was ordered to every person that a person who is going to the supermarket or marketplace, he must bow in front of the badge, bow in front of the badge. And this was to show why it was the reason to put the badge over there, to show that the Austrians were the masters of Switzerland. Means kind of a dominance was shown by the Austrians. One day, William Tell came into Aldorf from his farm. His younger son, William, was with him. They had not been told the order about the cape, and so they did not bow as they went past the post. The Austrian soldiers arrested them immediately and dragged them in front of Gessler. Didn't you hear my order? Shouted Gessler. Dear students, one day the William Tell and his son just came to the Aldorf and they passed from that post, but they didn't know about that order, so they didn't bow before the badge or that. So they both were arrested by the soldiers, Austrian soldiers, and they brought to before front of the Gessler, and then Gessler shoutedly, he shouted and he said loudly, in other words, "Didn't you hear my order?" Then what was the reply? "I didn't know about it until now," replied Tell bravely. Now, bravely, Tell told bravely that I was not aware about it, but right now I am aware about it. But I refuse to bow to anybody's cape. I will not do it. He said that no, I will not bow to anybody's cape and I will not do it. Kessler got very angry. When he heard this, "There is something else, you disobedient fellow," he shouted. "Why are you carrying a bow and arrows?" Then, dear students, when William Tell replied like this, he becomes very angry. And there's something else, and even he say, "Yes, you was disobedient." And he shouted again, why are you carrying a bow and arrows?" Because the William Tell was always carrying a bow and arrows as well. So he asked, who? Gessler. There is no law against that yet, replied William Tell. Now, William Tell says there's no any law against this, that we are not supposed to carry this one. I use this bow for hunting, and all of us who live on the mountainside are still allowed to hunt. He say, I used to carry this to for hunting, and we people who are living in mountainside are not allowed. Still, we are not forbid for this, and we are still allowed to do this. Don't answer me back, roared Gessler. Means he roared means shouted, and he said, why you are giving me answer? I'm going to punish you. I'll give you one chance to save your life. Listen carefully. And the cruel Gessler ordered his soldiers to tie Tail's son to the wooden post. You can see in this picture as well what he did. He ordered his soldiers that tied his son with the wooden, okay, and then what he say, wooden post, and then he put an apple on the boy's head. You can see this is apple. Look over here, dear students. Yes, they put an apple over on head of his son, and then what they did, had he turned to William Tell and said, if you hit the apple, I will let you go free. Now here, dear students, he ordered to, you can see the guest is here, and he ordered to William Tell that now you have to hit the apple, and if you will do this, you will be free to go. If you miss, my soldiers will hang you, and if you will miss it, then my soldiers will hang you. This was a very cruel choice for Tell. Why, dear students, it was cruel? Because the sun was over there. If kind of missing of an arrow, it can be dangerous for his son as well. So it was a definitely very difficult for William Tell. There was the danger of, okay, I will let you go free. If you miss, my soldiers will hang you. This was a very cruel choice for Tell. There was the danger of wounding his own son. The apple looked very small and far away, and Tell begged Gessler not to make him try to hit it. Now he started to beg him, he make him that please, I don't want to do this. It is a very dangerous. My son's life is in danger. But Gessler only laughed cruelly. Then his young son shouted from the post where he was tied up. Don't be afraid, father. I trust you. I'll keep perfectly still, and I'm sure you will hit the apple. He was very brave too, wasn't he? Now, dear students, when William Tell was begging to the guest that please let us to go, and I don't want to do this kind of action to hit an apple because the sun is in a danger position. So he started to laugh cruelly, the leader one. Then his son shouted from that post where he was tied and say, Father, don't be afraid. I trust you. I'll keep perfectly still, and I'm sure you'll hit the apple. He was brave. Definitely, dear students, he was a brave son. William Tell slowly took two arrows from the quiver. How many arrows? To quiver, dear students, means that a kind of bag where you can put the arrows. Okay. He stuck a container. He stuck one into the ground at his feet and put the other into his bow. He took aim carefully, drawing the bow string right back and let go the arrow. It whizzed through the air and spilled the apple into two. Dear students, the whiz means the kind of fast and sound of arrow when it starts in the air. So an apple, and now apple his Swiss friends. Now, dear students, here you can see that when William Tell started, His Swiss friends who were standing near began to cheer because definitely it was a great risk and danger, and but he was great person in hunting, so that's why he become successful over here. So his Swiss friends start to cheer, became to laugh and happy. The what happened? Gessler was very angry. Now this was not in favor of Gessler. Very angry that his cruel plan had not succeeded. Definitely, it was a cruel plan because it was dangerous for William to do this because there was a, in front of arrow there was a sun. What is that other arrow for? He asked. Why did you take two out of your quiver? Dear students, now the guest asked that why you took two arrows from your bag. Like one was for uh, what for the reason of the second. Tell answered slowly and boldly. Now Tell was answering slowly but boldly. The second arrow was to kill you with if I miss the apple. He said the first was for apple. The second arrow was to kill you. If I miss the apple, that was supposed to kill you. Once Gessler soldiers rushed up and made Tell prisoner. Now they becomes again they came and they took the tail end to put in prison. They tied him up and threw him into a boat. Gessler ordered him to be rowed across the lake and locked up in a strong prison on the other side. Dear students, now Gessler ordered to his soldiers that put William Tell, okay, and in prison, but the prison was on other side of the lake, okay, and it was a strong prison. So he ordered to his soldiers to put the William Tell over there. As the soldiers were rowing him across to the prison, a very lucky thing happened. Rowing means they are going to cross by the boat from the one side to another side. Rowing means they were just moving across to the prison. A very lucky thing happened. What happened on that time? A great storm blew up. A storm blew up. The Austrians didn't know the lake very well, and they were afraid of being blown against the rocks. So they untied William Tell and ordered him to steer the boat. Now, dear students, what happens over there? Suddenly, a storm, great storm blew up, and the Austrians were never well aware about the lake, that how the lake is in depth, long or how, and they were very afraid because it was great storm, and they thought might be the rocks will fly over there, and then might be dangerous. So they untied William Tell because William Tell was from that village or from that city, and he was well aware about the whole the situation, about the lake, about the area. So they told him, or they ordered him to steer the boat, means to drive the boat, to drive the boat. So they told to William that now you are supposed to drive the boat, you become the lead the boat because it is difficult situation here. So you have to move this because he knew every inch of the lake well. Now, because the William Tell was well known and well aware about the lake, Tell steered the boat safely past the dangerous rocks. Now, what happened? Because he thought that if this is a great chance to escape, William Tell, and he steered the boat safely past the dangerous rock. But when they were very near the edge of the lake, he suddenly jumped out of the boat and swam ashore before the soldiers could stop him. Now, what happens when he was kind of near to the lake or the bank of the lake or edge of the lake, he suddenly jumped out of the boat into the water and swam ashore before the soldiers could stop him. And he just swam over there and he went out, and the soldiers were not able to pick him or to catch him. He escaped into the mountains and was a free man again. So he becomes free from these cruel soldiers and from of the cruel leader, or might be you can say the ruler. He knew that his life was always in danger from Gessler and his men. One day, as Gessler was searching for him in the forest, William Tell shot him dead. Now, dear students, it happens. He was well aware that the Gessler will not leave. He definitely will take revenge. So one day the Gessler was searching for him in the forest. William Tell shot him dead. He killed him, in other words. When the Swiss people heard that their cruel master was killed, they were very glad. Glad means they become very happy. Why not? Because he was a cruel person. He has had kind of cruel laws. So they fought back bravely against the Austrians and at last made their country free again. Now, dear students, after this, all the Swiss people joined together and fought back bravely against the Austrians and the army of the Austrian. At last made their country free again and they become conqueror. They win that fight. And that is why the Swiss like to remember the story of William Tell and the apple. So the Swiss people like this story very much of William Tell and apple. So dear students, it was the story of this lesson. I told you that the William Tell and the apple. So dear students, it was all about the story. Now we have another part and comprehension and vocabulary. We have exercise A and B over here. A and B. So we will start complete these sentences. Complete these sentences. Switzerland is in dash dash Europe then. Now, dear students, now here same practice we have in comprehension. That a few blanks are left out. It's a duty of students to read the lesson carefully again and again, twice, thrice maybe, and then fill these blanks are the these parts. So I'll help you to complete exercise A, and then we will B will be your homework. Okay, so I will try to help you to complete this exercise A. So let's to complete this. First we have Switzerland is in day. Yes, the middle of the middle of yes. Switzerland is in the middle of dash. What will be here, dear students? Middle of Europe. Middle of Europe, and then dash Italy. Next to next to next to Italy, France, Germany, and Austria. Number two, Gessler ordered that anyone who dash the post must bow dash the badge. Now, what will be here in number two? Anyone passed, who passed, okay, passed the post must bow in front. Yes, in front of, in front of, in front of. Okay, dear students, must bow in front of the badge. Number three, William Tell said that he did not know dash the order and refused to bow the cape. Now he did not know, yes, he did not know about, yes, about, did not about the order and refused to bow before, before the cape. Number four, Gessler asked him why he was dash above, why he was carrying yes, a bow and arrows, and Tell said that he used them dash. What the Tell told him why he was carrying? Used to hunt. To hunt. Number five, Tell's son was tied, dash, a post, tied, yes, tied to a post, and Gessler, dash apple, the boy's head. And Gessler, yes, yes, students, what will you tell? Help me, yes. Put an put an apple on the boy's head, on on the boy's head. Number six, if William Tell hit dash apple, he would dash, but if he missed dash, soldiers would dash. Now, how many blanks? One, two, three, four blanks are there. Number one, tail hit dash. Yes, this is number six, dear students. Hit the, yes, hit the apple. Okay, he would go, he would be free. He would be free. Yeah, if he would go free, you can say. He would go free, but if he dash, missed the, if he missed, the soldiers would hang him. Number seven, tail dash one arrow. Tail, yes. Number seven, struck, stuck here. STU. Tail struck one arrow dash into, yes, into the ground and put into the ground and put, here would be put, dear students, put the other, put the other into, here be into his bow. Number eight, the arrow dash through the air and spilled dash apple. Now the arrow, yes, number eight, whizzed. Yes, dear student, the arrow whizzed through dash the, yes, through the air and spilled, yes, again the spilled the apple in two, in two, yeah, in two. Number nine, the soldiers tied dash tail and threw him dash board. Tied up, tied up, okay, tail, okay, the soldiers tied up tail and threw him into, into, into boat. Then he was rowed, yes, rowed across, across the lake. Number 10 and last, when they were near dash age, near the, near the age of the, of the good, yes, of the lake, tail jumped out of, out of, very good, out of, out of the boat, dash the soldiers before, before the soldier could stop him. So, dear students, 10 sentences were given over there, but many blanks were given. And Alhamdulillah, we have done over here. So, dear students, this is all about the exercise A. We have completed this. Now, exercise B is your homework. What is this? This is your homework. I'm going to write it over for your uh, information that you must remember homework. This is homework. So, keep this to do complete this one exercise B. Exercise B is homework, dear students. So exercise B is your homework. And here today, dear students, we learned the chapter number 8. And the name of the chapter is In Praise of Famous Man. And the story is William Tell and the Apple. So we read the story and let's see what is in the other page for you. Here, dear students, we have a glossary. Difficult words. Eldorf is the name of village in Switzerland. Invade means to enter by force in order to conquer. Here means someone who is just coming to rule over on the people. Means. And number three, drag means to bring forcefully. And roared means someone who is going to shout, and quave means a bag or container of arrows, and whiz move quickly through the air with a whistling or buzzing sound, and rowed means travel by rowing a boat, and steer means to drive. So these were the, dear students, difficult words, and I wrote over here the meaning of these words. But if you have more any word who's difficult for you to for the meaning, you can ask me by WhatsApp. I will be available for you to tell you. So dear students, now this is all about today's lecture, and we'll see you in the next lecture. And we will start in the next lecture the second part of this lesson, where we page number 45 and 46, 47. So keep connected, dear students. And homework is exercise B, which is given to you. You are supposed to send me over this, and definitely we will start the second part in the next lecture, dear students. This is all about today. So Allah Hafiz and goodbye.